So, dude, yo, this is Jimmy here, and I'm gonna do my Preds for opening weekend of BPL Season 3. Now, if you're wondering, why are you doing these? Well, glad that you're asking, because I might just happen to be the #1 Predator in BPL, as proven here by our Season 3 pick'ems. I was #1 here. Was very tight at the end. Artemis almost clutched it away from me, and Merlin, but I managed to stay on top for pretty much most of the season. Uh, Being a Dallas Fuel fan definitely helped in that. I believed in them when no one did, and I got a lot of points out of that, so I'm happy. So yeah, I just want to do this because I think it's fun. I'm gonna do some Preds here for all the games, including B League, and at the end I might do some power rankings. So you know, let's get into it. First up, we got for our B League matches, we got Nightmare versus Heartbreakers. I think this will be a very interesting match because both these teams I feel like are not gonna do that well this season, but I think they will have different paths because I think Nightmare is gonna be a team that won't do well, but they will have a lot of fun. You know, I feel like that's a vibing squad. If you look at them, I feel like that's a pretty cool squad to be in, like, even if you lose, you know. And then Heartbreakers, I feel like they're not gonna have a lot of fun. I don't want to be too harsh on them, but I feel like this team, I don't know if they will do well, and if this team will vibe together. I feel a little bit bad for Letus because I was kind of vouching for him to a lot of B League captains, and then he ended up here. But you know, I'm happy to be proven wrong. So maybe this team will do really well. As for Pred, I think this will be really close. But I will give the upper hand to Nightmare. So I'm gonna say 2-1 because Nightmare has to make some subs for map 2, so I don't think it will be like a sweep for them, and I think the subs can really hurt them. Nothing against like people like Burns and Sadby, I think they're all really cool, but I feel like their starting roster is so much better than who they have to sub in for like map 2, so I feel like whoever they go up against will at least take one map from them. So that's gonna be our first match. Second match is gonna be Hayden Overwatch team versus 7-Piece. I'm gonna say easy 2-0 for Hayden Overwatch team. I don't think 7-Piece. They also look like a team that will probably have a lot of fun, but I don't think they have a strong roster on paper. Goliath versus Gerald Fan Club. This could be really close. I'm personally gonna give the upper hand to Gerald Fan Club for the sole reason that they picked up Pika from Goliath, and I think he's a pretty good off tank, so I'm gonna say 2-1 for GFC. Although I really like Goliath, I think they are definitely a team that can go top 4 this season. So for those who don't know, this season top 4 is really important because if you are top 4, you go to playoffs, and the bottom 4, I don't think they actually do. I don't know if there's any play-ins for B League this season. Then Atomic versus Redwood Rockets. I think this will be the banger match of tonight. I think these are the two best teams together with Hayden Overwatch team. I think this is like the top 3 of B League this season. I have some doubts about Atomic. I think on paper they are like super strong, but I'm kind of fearing that they might not work together as well, for reasons that I won't get into here. I think I think people that know will know. And Redwood Rockets I think is a really strong roster as well. But I think I will give this to Atomic, and I'm gonna say 2-0. Not that I think Redwood Rockets is bad, but I think Atomic is just a better team. So this will be a 2-0 for them. And then we have A League. Now this will be interesting because I think the skill gap difference this season is really tight compared to Season 2. There are some outliers here, but I think overall this should be on paper a very competitive season. So I'll tell you when we do power rankings. I think there are some teams that can probably go bottom 3, but generally, like in the middle upper regions, it will be very close. So opening A League is going to be Beat Drop Bears versus Zenith. Now, full disclaimer, I am kind of helping Beat Drop Bears a little bit with like managing stuff and whatnot. I'm not really like working with the team directly. I'm just going to say that right now, so I can be a little bit neutral here. And I've seen them scrim and stuff. I think they have a lot of potential. Zenith just as well. I think both these teams are really close in terms of power level. But I think I will give the upper hand to the tank line that Beat Drop Bears has, and I think this will be a close 2-1 actually win for BDB. So yeah, I think Zenith People shouldn't sleep on them. And B drop bears, it kind of depends on how they work together. I know there are some doubts. I know people are questioning some of the pickups we made, but all I'm just gonna say for now, hashtag trust the process, okay? Alright, next up we have Admin Aces versus Galaxy. I think this will be the ultimate content match this weekend, although it depends on who's actually gonna make it, because I heard some stuff yesterday that apparently Galaxy will not be able to have most of their roster there, so this will be interesting. A lot of people are asking for them to move the match and kind of switch it, I think with... Who was it? One of the teams on Sunday, because I don't know, the scheduling is kind of weird for them. But let's just assume everyone is playing. That's what I'm gonna base my pred on. This will be really a funny match because it's you know, it's Recurve going up against BP's team. So no matter how this ends, there will be some fun times in general chat for sure. I don't know who will win this though. I'm not that hard on the Admin Aces team. I think they have some really good players in there. I mean, obviously Coconut and Dean are like at the forefront there, and you have Signet. But then the rest of the roster, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think this team. They have upset potential for sure. I think they will kind of be the gatekeepers of like the lower third of the standings, and then Galaxy I think is also a team that will be like in the upper third potentially. They have a really strong DPS and tank line. Yeah, I think assuming that most of these people will make it tomorrow, I'm gonna say that Galaxy will win this game. I'm gonna say 2-1. I know I'm making a lot of free map series here, but I just think it's like really close this season, so we'll see how it goes. I think after week 1 we can definitely discern some of the shitter teams. So 6-piece versus Ruination, I think this will be also really close. I like 6-piece a lot. I think they have a good roster. Ruination, I'm not gonna get into some of the things that are being said, but I think this is an interesting team. Let's just say that. I will give the upper hand to 6-piece though. I'm gonna say 2-0 here. I think 6-piece has the potential to be a top 3 team this season, if things go well for them. Summit versus Slavs, I'm gonna say quick 2-0. I really like Summit. I think they have potential to be #1 this season, at least in regular season. Their roster is just really strong. And Solomon Island Slavs, I have some questions about their team, so could be another SIS situation where they're like just middle of the pack, but I think Summit, like Hayden's team, is gonna do really well. He made a really smart draft. I'm just the one thing I'm like personally a little afraid of is their off-tank line, because they have... Who's playing off-tank for them? I know it's Zipora, and I know Hayden's like vouching that she can also play D.Va, but I think Zarya is definitely her strongest hero, so this could be a situation where this team just kind of gets locked into a certain comp, and if the other teams know that, then they could maybe exploit that. But I still think this team will do well in general. Whirlwind Ether. Now, if the roster moves yesterday didn't happen, I would have said quick 2-0 for Whirlwind, but they lost Jax yesterday, who was one of their star players in my opinion, and they picked up, like, nothing against Robokiller who they picked up instead, but like Robokiller is not on the same level as Jax in my opinion, so I still think Whirlwind win this, because I have some questions about Ether personally, but I think it will still be... I'm still gonna say 2-0, but not as decisive as it should have been, because of like late roster moves that have happened. Momentum, Kawabanga, I was gonna say 2-0. I'm sorry. I'm not really high on this team. I think out of all the teams, even including B-League teams, I think this is the most random draft I've seen all the teams in like this season. I'm repeating myself, sorry, but yeah, I'm not. Sorry, I'm really sorry, Kawabanga. I like your branding. I think it's a funny looking team, but nah. And Momentum, I think, have a potential to be upper bracket this season. I think this is a really fun team to be on. I think this team will vibe really well. Fallout Vengeance, I think this will be the It depends again. I think they have the same problem as Galaxy, where I think some of their tanks can't make it. If they can make it, then I think this would be a really, really close match. Because Vengeance, I'm really high on. I think Vengeance has potential to be number one as well. Fallout, I think, has that runner-up potential. They could definitely sneak up from behind and take number one, or like take a victory in some close matches. But even if their tanks make it, I'm still gonna say 2-1 Vengeance. I'm just really high on their support line and their DPS line. And then we have Basalt and Battery versus Monarch. I don't know what to think about Basalt and Battery. Mostly just because I don't know their main tank so well. I know he's like GM main tank, so just from like the track record he has, he's probably really good. But it will depend on how well the rest of the team works. Who actually is in that team? Like the team I keep forgetting about. It's like I feel like this would be the Majesty of Season 3, just because like no one remembers them. I like their team. I think it's decent. It's definitely not like, I wouldn't say championship material, but it shouldn't be a disaster team. And then we have Monarch, who I don't know about this team. And I heard some things. I heard some scrim bugs, so this has potential to be a disaster team. But who's gonna win this matchup? That's the interesting part. This could either be a complete blowout for one of the two teams, or this could be like a map-free banger. I'm gonna give the edge to Basalt and Battery just based on the scrim bugs that I heard. I'm gonna say 2-0. But I think it will be close. Like the result doesn't say everything here. So yeah, that's my Preds here for week 1. You know, get mad at me all you want, but I think this will be who will win. And if I make this a weekly thing, I will definitely go back to these next week and see if I was right. You know, broken clock and all. All right, now the most fun part of this, I think we're gonna do power rankings, and I'll do power rankings for both the B League and A League. Let's start with B League. By the way, shout out to Ippy who made this website yesterday. I really love this. Love this little widget here on the left side with drunken recurve on the ground, just saying some dumb shit. This is perfect. So yeah, I put these. Actually, you know what? Let me do this for A League real quick. I'll just put everything on the ground. We start from the top, okay? So just give me a sec. Just like put everyone down here. Okay. So let's start with B League. Sorry, I thought I heard a noise. Let's start with B League here. So who's number 1? This is okay. So this is preseason. This is like not. I'm just gonna say right now, this will have some scrim bugs in them, but it's mostly based on the roster for this week since it's preseason. I'm gonna say Atomic number 1. I think on paper their roster is just too strong, but they have the potential to maybe not be number 1. Second place, I would say either Hayden or Redwood. I'm gonna say Redwood for now, and then Hayden number 3. I think this will definitely be the holy trio at the top this season. Now, who's gonna be number 4? Because this will be important. Because this will be basically the last team that will make it to playoffs, if I understand it correctly. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I think only 4 teams make it to B League playoffs this season. I'm gonna say out of these teams, I'm gonna say Gerald Fan Club for now, just because of the moves they made yesterday. I think if Pika was still on Goliath, even though he's on main support jail, I still would have said, because Gerald Fan Club didn't have an off tank before, I would have said Goliath number 4. But now that it's Gerald Fan Club, I'm gonna say, now that they made those changes, I think GFC will be number 4. Goliath 5, but this will be. This matchup tonight will definitely be kind of guiding the direction for both of these teams going forward. And then I think you can definitely make a tier break here, and I would say I would make it like this, honestly. I think this would be the bottom 3 this season. And I think only two of these teams will have fun. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, here's my B League power rankings, and then A League. I'm gonna say for now Vengeance. I'm really high on them. Same with Summit. I think actually, will I put Summit at 2? You know what? I'm gonna put 6-piece at 2 and then Summit at number 3. Oops, not Ether. Definitely not Ether. And then we'll make a tier break here. Now, do I put Momentum with these 3? That's the big question here, I think. I'm gonna say for now, yes. Just because of some of the scrim bugs I heard, and I saw one of their scrims, and they looked like they were having fun, and they looked like they're a smart team. So I'm gonna say this is the top 4 right now. Then we'll have a tier break, and I think leading this tier break is gonna be Fallout and Ruination. And then who's next? I think Galaxy. Actually, I'll put Galaxy in front of Ruination. They're like a solid top 6 team for me. I was gonna put Whirlwind here, but with their change yesterday, I don't even know where I want to put them anymore. You know what? I'll trust them for now. I'll still put them here. And then do we make a tier break here? I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna say, because I did say B-Drop will win, so I'll put B-Drop and then Zenith, and this will be our next tier break then. And then we have... Is this like our last tier, or do we make 2 more tiers? I don't know. You know what? I'll make 2 more tiers, and this tier will be led, in my opinion, by... I'm gonna say Basalt and Battery for now. And then Admin Aces. Then I think I'll put Solomon's Loves here because they have potential to be like a middle team. And then we have our last tier break. This will be bottom 3 in my opinion. Now who's gonna be last? I actually don't know anymore if it should be Monarch or Cowabunga. I'm still gonna say, you know what, Chasey's my boy. I like Chasey a lot. This is pure nepotism. I'm just gonna put Cowabunga before Monarch. I have some really big questions about this team. But yeah, this is I think this is my current opinion on these teams, just based on their roster and some stuff I heard about scrimbugs and stuff. I think right now these 4 teams here, Vengeance, 6-piece Summit definitely are in the running for like number 1, and I think Momentum has that potential to be up there, so I'm gonna put them in there for now. I might be wrong, we'll see. I mean, they're playing each other, so this will be an interesting matchup. I think Fallout will definitely lead up that second tier, depending on if their tanks can actually play at all. We'll see. I think Galaxy has upset potential. Ruination, we'll see what happens with that team, that's all I'm gonna say. Whirlwind, I think, depends on how they can deal with losing a really good player. And then B-Drop Bears, you know, I'll be realistic with us. I think we have potential to go up here, but for now I'll put us middle of the pack. Like, I think both B-Drop Bears and Zenith will be the gatekeepers of this tier here right now. If they lose to these teams, then these teams move up here. If they win against these teams, then I was right. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, I really love this. What does he say about B-Drop Bears, by the way? You obviously haven't been watching... Oh, wait. They lose to us in ZombieCom. Alright, Recurve, thanks. Alright, so this is my preview for BPL Week 1, Season 3. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure to tune in. I might be hosting, I don't know yet, but it should be really interesting. I think this will be a really cool season. You know, Season 2 had some outliers, for sure. I wasn't one of them. So I can tell you with certainty that I don't think there will be a new Waffle this season. There might be a new Sovereign, who knows, but I think these teams actually picked up... I think every team picked up a main tank this time around. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm still thinking about if I will make it again next week, but if I do, I will definitely look back at these and see how wrong I was. I know people get mad at power rankings, I know people don't like them, people get emotional about them. I personally, I definitely did myself when I was still playing in Season 2, but now that I'm not a player, I actually really love making these, because it's fun getting reactions out of people, you know, so I hope some people will like it. But yeah, Thank you very much, guys, and see you next week, I hope. And see you tonight for the opening of Season 3.